Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Packers very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Third down, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 39. Nice throw there by the rookie from Ole Miss. And he's got his guys a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Pacheco gets it up the gut. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On play action, they'll throw. And Shark calls it in. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very solid gain of 27.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Kyren Williams, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Now the try here for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. You talk about this Rams defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Here's 3rd and 7. Love now. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing. Love. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Here's Pacheco headed right. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. You look at this Packers defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, It's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Love, they go play action now. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Love from the gun. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Love looking to throw it. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. The Packers at 5-4 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw now. Here's Love. He's got a man. Complete. Down to the 10. And it's a Packers touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end zone. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. And That one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Here we go. Mike sit. Mike sit. Yellow. Hey, check Mike.
Play action this time with Love. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Mike Gesicki from 4 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. They're going to look to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a second down throw for Love here. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And this throw will be intercepted. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
56, the mark, 56, check 56. Me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's into space past the 25. And out of bounds right around the 20. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's a 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Open man right side is Shark. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Hey, green.
Now Love. Now a short one to Gesicki. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So 3rd down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Going deep for Diggs. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Here's Pacheco once again. And they're going to get the 1st down here across the 15-yard line. They'll set up a throw. A short one there, caught by Granson. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards is the pickup there at a 1st down for L.A.
56 for Mark, boys. 56. Check 56.
Back to throw.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Back to throw here. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, third and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Following the interception, Love. That was short one to Gesicki, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Well, these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau, and their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. The big fella down the left sideline. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Love. That was short one to Gesicki. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go. Check.
1st down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Love, he's going to change the play here. From the 45 on 2nd down. Love. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You got to go to the Tucker roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, Bill. It's fun to be in the snow nonetheless.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Off the play fake, Love. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
from the 24 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Drill 52. Steel flat.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Love. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory.
It's a gain of 56 yards. First down, Los Angeles.
Come on now, let's go. Let's go now.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
At the 15-yard line.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Pacheco. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. This is 1st and 10.
60 rounds. 6. Measure.
We got 3, fans, we got 3. Check 48's the mark. Check 48's the mark. That's the run,
Rams, cycle. Jackrabbit. Ready.
Here's Love. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Pass complete there to Nacua. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Green Jack. Hey, blue. Go pink.
48 mark. 48 mark. Push him back.
Love. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Well, they need to score and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute. 1st and 10.
Yellow, blue. Go red. White.
Now Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Flight blue. Ready.
Love looking to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Now Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Los Angeles, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.